So yun again, everyone, good evening, and this is your Sir Gel. Now, welcome back to my class, and this is the animal nutrition. So this is still part of the animal science, no? So para naka-ano na tayo, naka-half na tayo. We are halfway na sa ating pagre-review sa animal science, okay? So, ayun, congratulations nyo, nida to all who got the passing score, 75 above. Some of you got 74. Those who got 60 above na score, congratulations. Kasi pag 60 above, ibig sabihin po, ano talaga siya, nag-retain or nagitaga sa isipan yung mga discussion na discuss ni Sir sa inyo. But, wag pa rin makampante, no? We need to, kailangan nyo pa rin na mag-review. Okay, kailangan pa rin na mag-review. So, yung binigay sa inyo ni sir parang nakakalito, right? Kasi pabalik-balik yung mga choices. Ginawa ko yun kasi, sa board exam naman gano'n yung mangyayari. Malilito kayo sa malilito kayo sa mga malilito kayo sa mga possible answers 'no, sa mga choices. So, kayun. So, ang kailangan gawin ninyo is to trust your instincts. Kasi yun ang pinakaimportante sa lahat. Okay? So now, we are in animal nutrition and specifically we are going to talk about nutrition. Okay? Nutrition, definition of nutrition, nutrition, all the processes whereby food and oxygen are presented to and utilized by living cells and waste are eliminated. So meaning hindi lang siya sa pag-digest 'no, hindi lang siya sa pag-process ng food sa katawan, hindi lang din sa pag-utilize, but also sa pag-eliminate 'no. Ibig sabihin, from the time that you are going to take this, from the time na ite-take niyo yung food na yon, and then it will digest 'no, throughout your body, yes, throughout your stomach, and then it will utilize by your cells or living cells in your body hanggang, ma-eliminate 'no or ano niya, excretion or ilabas niya yung waste, that's still part of nutrition. Okay, that's still part of nutrition. Kaya nga 'di ba bakit kasi may one time meron akong nabasang definition na ganito, ah, it was lacking. Sabi ko ang nutrition kasi hindi lang siya sa pag-take ng food, sa pag-digest, tsaka sa pag-utilize, but also sa pag-eliminate. So 'pag walang elimination doon sa definition or sa statement, it will not be nutrition. Okay? Kasi ang process ng nutrition, again, from ingestion to digestion to assimilation to egestion. Okay? Egestion. Okay? So next, what are the steps in nutrition? So first is we have the procurement. What is procurement? Yung, let's say, prehensile organ. Okay? From the time na matouch siya ng parts of the body natin, so that's prehensile organs, that is already considered as nutrition. Okay? So ingestion, yung time na yun, sinubo mo na siya, so that is ingestion. And then a digestion, so that's a part where the molecules, no, uh, large molecules going down to your stomach para ma-digest, no, using the uh, gastric juice, yan, chyme, yun. So, and then sa stomach nangyayari yan, sa through stomach. And then we have the absorption, which is yung absorption naman is happening in small intestine, preferably in duodenum. Okay? And then we have the assimilation. So assimilation is the dissemination of the nutrients to the living cells. Okay? And then we have the metabolic functions. Metabolic functions happening only in the colon region where baga further digestion, gano'n. 'Di ba meron tayong mga functional secum na mga specialized animal, tulad ng horse, they have functional secum to further utilize the food, right? So that is metabolic functions. And we have resulting metabolites, so that is in the colon happening. Kaya, yun na, merong water absorption, tapos nagiging tae or nagiging feces na siya. And then after that, naging feces excretion, ng, nilalabas from nilalabas via anus. Okay, so that is the steps in nutrition. Actually, diniscuss ko na dito sa inyo sa digestive system as what I have said nung nakaraan pa lang na kaya nga i-discuss natin ang digestive system because this is a prerequisite to nutrition. Okay? Animal nutrition is if animals, okay. Animal nutrition if animals except humans. So, ibig sabihin, we are only talking about the nutrition of the animal. Kasi meron pong part na magkaiba talaga sila with the humans. Food. Pag sinabing food, it is edible. Pag sinabing edible, nakakain. Edible material, material that after ingestion by animal can be digested, absorbed, and utilized. Okay? Can be digested, absorbed, and utilized. Now, what are the classification of digestive systems? So based on the anatomy of the digestive system, as what we have discussed also the digestive system, we have non-ruminant and ruminant and also the avian. So magkaiba po yun sila. Sa non-ruminant, we have monogastric at saka si functional cecum. Si monogastric, they have simple stomach and they have non-functional cecum. They have simple stomach and non-functional cecum. Digestive system tulad ng dogs, cats, minks, pigs, and catfish, they are monogastric. From the word itself, mono meaning simple. Functional cecum naman, so non-ruminant herbivore sila. They are non-ruminant herbivore. So their digestive systems, we have horse and rabbits, example of the functional cecum. Yung ruminant naman, okay, so we have the complex stomach, yung mga rumen, abomasum, omasum, reticulum, yung mga four compartment, so they are under ruminant. So they are complex stomach. So example of that, we have cattle, goats, sheep, buffaloes, and camels. And then we have number three is the avian. Pag sinabing avian, that is chicken, ducks, turkeys, but that any basta poultry. Okay? That is avian. Any na may pakpak. So according to their primary type of feed and their feeding behavior, we have carnivores or the flesh eaters. Again, yung mga carnivores, they are the flesh eaters rather than dogs and cats. Short and simple organization of GIT. Ano ibig sabihin ng GIT? Ano ibig sabihin yan? Gastrointestinal tract. Tama ba? Gastrointestinal tract. Parang ganon. Okay? Have many dietary needs for nutrients. Yun. Marami silang dietary needs for nutrients. Found mainly in animal tissues. Perform vitamins, EPA, and taurine. So we have high gluconeogenic, gluconeogenic enzyme activity in their tissues. So that is carnivores. Okay? Marami silang gluconeogenic enzyme. So limited ability, na they have limited ability to conserve nitrogen. Okay, they have limited ability to conserve nitrogen and sensitive to plant compounds. Okay, so they are sensitive to plant compounds. Yun. And then we have herbivores naman or the vegetarians. So we have the cattle and horse. Okay, so we have here definition, eat only plant materials which are not readily digestible. Yun. Kasi they have naman kasi mga further digestion pa. And then we have capable in utilizing fibrous feeds more efficiently. Yan. And have long and large, mahaba, no, ang kanilang GI tract with complex and modified parts. And then number two, we have the omnivores or flesh and plant eaters, pigs and human. Yan. Have GI tract intermediate of those of carnivores and herbivores, anatomically and efficiency in utilizing fibrous plants. So both po yan ha. Example, we have the pigs. And number four na to. Number four, this one is number three. Sorry, this one number three. We have the granivores of the grain feeders. So they are birds. Okay, the birds called granivores or the grain feeders. Okay, so large proportion of their feed consists of plant seeds or grains or cereals having very high energy content. So they have actually part of their digestive system that can digest seeds or grains or cereals. Yeah. No teeth, wala po silang teeth, but have unique specialized GIT to efficiently digest grains. So, hindi na nila kailangan ng teeth to digest it properly. Meron tayong tinatawag na crop at saka ng gizzard, sorry, natawag na gizzard which is yun yung further digestion na nangyayari. Okay, pag nakalunok sila ng bato or ng seeds, gano'n. So, ang tawag po sa kanila ay granivores. Okay, note in the feed industry, this classification is somewhat obsolete. Ano yung classification? Etong granivores. Granivores is already obsolete to the feed industry, meaning expired o hindi na siya masyadong kilala. Yun. Based on the location of sites of microbial fermentation naman, so as what I have said, magkaiba yung location ng microbial fermentation. So we have pregastric or foregut fermenters. Pag sinabing pregastric, hindi pa siya umaabot doon sa true stomach, no? Kumbaga pa sa four compartments, meron tayong sa rumen, kung daan nandoon kasi yung microbial fermentation or rumen ay tinatawag din natin na fermentation vat. So pre meaning before, gastric meaning stomach. So uh, before through stomach. Ganon. So, predominant site of microbial fermentation preceding the stomach, gastric pouch, and small intestine. Young ruminant have esophageal or reticular grove. Mouth, esophagus, romino-reticulum. Okay? Pag romino-reticulum po, ibig sabihin, dumadaan siya sa rumen, and then after that, sa reticulum. Okay? Romino-reticulum ang tawag doon. And then we have omasum, and then abomasum, and then intestines, and then anus. Okay? So next, we have the hindgut fermentation also occurs in the pregastric. Okay? Hindgut fermentation. So next, we have the hindgut fermenters, which is under non-ruminant herbivores. We have predominant site of microbial fermentation following the SI. What is this again? It means ano ba yung SI? Nakalimutan ko na tuloy. Inaalala ko pa. Basta, it is the fermentation, yun, microbial fermentation of fermentation following the SI. And then we have the elephant or rhinoceros, horses, and rabbits can also be classified as functional secum, non-ruminant herbivores. Again, yung functional secum po, doon po yung further digestion. Yun ng further talaga siya, grind talaga. 'Di ba meron yan sa mga horses, sa mga rabbits, yun. Okay? So, meron tayong monogastric or non-functional secum. Again, if you did not, parang hindi nyo po ma-picture out ito. Kasi nga, prerequisite talaga po yung digestive system. So, kailangan nyo po panoorin muna yung digestive system bago po kayo bago po kayo mag-proceed sa animal nutrition. And number 3, we have the monogastric or non-functional secum. Pag mono, ibig sabihin isa lang. Have no major specialized site of microbial fermentation in their digestive tract. So, wala po silang specialized na site for microbial fermentation. Some microbial fermentation occurs in colon. So, saan natatagpuan ang microbial fermentation? Sa colon. Dogs and mink are example of the monogastric non-functional secum. Grain feeders is yung mga avian, so mouth, crop, ventriculus, SI. Small intestine po pala, sorry, small intestine ito. Predominant site of microbial fermentation following the small intestine. SI, small intestine. LI, large intestine. Okay, and then we have the cloaca, and then the vein. Okay? And then we have non-ruminant omnivores, monogastric and non-functional tulad ng rat and pig. So they are non-ruminant and omnivores. And other pregastric fermenters, we have kangaroo, sloth, and human. So we are po pregastric fermenters. Kasi sa mouth pa lang po nating very na siya grind na siya and let's say parang digested na talaga siya. Ayun. Okay? So that is, yan. These things are very important because it will give you an insight na ganito yung i-discuss sa animal nutrition. Okay? Next, we have the nutrient. Nutrient, component or element compound of food that can be utilized by animals. Okay? Utilized by animals for reproduction, for growth, and maintenance of life processes. Okay? So, includes water, dry matter, and its components. Anong includes sa nutrient? Water, dry matter, at saka components. So, what are those components? Ito yung mga minerals. Okay? So, there are three basic functions of feed nutrients. What are those? Three basic functions. So, later on, we will know that. So we have three basic functions of nutrients. We have as structural material for building and maintaining the body structure. So that's very important. So we have carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. So we have minerals, fats, and water. So they are used for building and maintaining body structure. A source of energy for heat production, work, and or fat deposition. So we have cho, fats, and chon. Okay, and then we have next is as regulators of body processes or activities and as constituent of body-produced regulators tulad ng hormones. Yun. Isa din po yan. Sila yung parang nag-activate. So we have vitamins, minerals, AA, and FA. So these are the functions of feed nutrients. So comparison between organic cell, ito po yung ano, yung chart. As you can see, we have the feed, though we have two moisture. Pag moisture po, that is yan, moisture content. And then we have the dry matter here. So dry matter, we have inorganic and organic matter. Pag inorganic po, that is ash. Pag organic matter, so we have organic cellular contents and organic cell wall. Pag organic cellular contents, we have protein. So crude protein ang tinatanong dito. Fat naman is yung efficiency ata to, EE. And then we have the sugar, starch, and the pectin, which is the nitrogen-free extract. Yan, sa hemicellulose yan. Nitrogen-free extract pala yan sila. Sugar, starch, pectin, tsaka hemicellulose. And then we have hemicellulose, cellulose, and lignin, crude fiber for organic cell wall. Okay? So, one, we have the water. So, let's start first with water. So, water is the cheapest and most abundant feed nutrient. So, highlight nyo to. Cheapest and most abundant feed nutrient. Inversely related with body fats. Ito lumalabas sa exam. Inversely, so pag sinabi pong inversely magkaiba, no, they are opposite yon. So, at birth, we have 65 to 75% of animal's body. So 65 to 75% water yan ha, of animal's body. And then we have market weight, 45 to 55% of animal's body, yung market weight niya. And then we have sources, drinking water, feeds, metabolic. Okay, so as we have here, the water molecule. So what are you going to do? You are only to memorize the chemical formulation. So, wag na po yung hydrogen, blah, 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 wag na yan. Ito lang. So, memorize nyo to. Always remember na pag may energy sa last, that is referring to respiration. So, this is the formulation for water molecule aerobic respiration. Yan. Okay, next naman is approximate water intake. Okay? Approximate water intake. So, ilan ba yung na-intake ng swine? So, 1.5 to 3 gallons per head per day. Oh, merong ganyan sa board exam lumalabas. So, ilang gallons ng swine ang naiinom per head per day. So, 1.5 to 3 gallons. So, meron tayo sa sheep, sa cattle, horses, poultry, and then the camel. So, ito, I want you to put this one on your visual aids or sa inyong lecture notes. And then loosest, okay, urine and feces, vaporization from lungs, dissipation through skin, abnormal causes. Example, vomiting, diarrhea. Example, let's say, we have the urine and feces na lumalabas, no? Yung mga wases. Vaporization from lungs, like the the gas exchange, yung inhale, exhale. Dissipation through skin, tulad ng sweatening. Pag nagsasweat tayo, lumalabas po yung looses doon. And then you have abnormal causes, no, tulad ng vomit, pagsusuka, or pagtatae. So, urine volume, ano yung urine volume? Yung naiihi, no? Kayang maihi. So, we have sa cat, 10 to 20 milliliter per kilogram. Okay? Sa cat, sa cow, 17 to 45. Dogs, 20 to 100. So, you have also horses, pig, sheep. Okay? Para alam niyo yan. What are the functions of water? Very important. Function of water is nutrient transport, no? Para po siyang ano, lubricant na dudulas lang siya, ayun. Regulates body temperature, very important, no? Nagre-regulate sa body temperature natin. Maintains shape of the body cells, bone, joints, lubrication, in the, saan ba yung cartilage, no? Para hindi po siya rough. Then we have the cushions, the CNS, that is part of, saan ba yan? Central nervous system, yan, cushions, the central nervous system, and then we have the involves all chemical reactions in the body. As sinasabi ko, pag nag-aaral kayo, pag re-review kayo, or may binabasa kayong very important, no? Kailangan po talaga na may water sa gilid. Kasi nade-dehydrate po tayo. So, kailangan natin ng water para ma-hydrate po tayo. Okay, kasi nga, our body needs, meron siyang specific na uh, amount, no, of weight to amount of weight na ginagamit sa katawan natin. And then we have total dissolved solids. We have greater than 5,000 ppm is, if I'm not mistaken, ano ba yung ppm? Per million lang pagkaalam ko niyan yung last year. Per million. Yes, gano'n naman actually ang ginagawa ni sir. Para hindi din po magkasakit, kailangan may water po kayo sa gilid. 'Pag, nagsa-study po kayo, 'pag you feel like hindi niyo na siya kayang i-digest, so inom lang po kayo ng water. Kasi ang water po ay nakakatulong talaga yan siya. So organic pa, hindi niyo na kailangan magbili ng mga gamot-gamot, 'yun. So next we have, pagkaalam ko lang po yung sa ppm, ang last part lang per million, 'di ko alam ano yung isang P. Yun. 'Pag greater than po ng 5,000 ppm, parts per million. Yeah, correct. Parts per million. Ayan. Thank you very much, babe Tommy. Aw, yun. Greater than, tama ba greater than ba yan? Less than pala. Sorry, less than 5,000 ppm po is acceptable. 'Pag less than 5,000 ppm. 'Pag greater than naman siya, ano ba yan? Less than, greater, nakalimutan ko na. Less than 5 wait lang. Less than 5 tama na. Less than 5,000 ppm po is acceptable. Pero 'pag greater than 7,000 ppm is questionable kasi bakit siya tumataas? 'Yun, tumataas. Kasi po hindi po ano, hindi 'pag tumataas po kasi yung ppm niya may tendency na magkaroon ng abnormality sa sobrang daming feeds na pinapakain. 'Yun, or sa water. So, water containing greater than 1 gram per liter sulfates may cause diarrhea na. 'Pag sumobra po tayo ng ano, ng water, magko-cause yun ng diarrhea. Levels of 100 to 200 ppm nitrates are potentially toxic. So, 'pag sumobra po ng ppm, so that is already toxic. Okay? So, that is for water. Next, we have the dry matter. So, most feed ingredients are expressed in dry matter due to the varying water content of feedstock. Correct. Kasi, pag sinabing dry matter, very, ano yan, dry. Tulad ng mga feeds, commercial feeds, they are all dry matter. No? But, still, they have moisture content. Okay? So organic components, we have carbohydrates, okay, in dry matter. We have carbohydrates, non-neutral compound. They are neutral compounds. We have carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. So where N is greater than or equal to 3. So most abundant energy source for finished foods. So they are most abundant energy source for finished foods. Ano yung finished foods? 'Di ba nga 'pag kumakain tayo, tapos yung pagkain na yun kinukuhaan niyo ng ginagamit yun para magkaroon ng energy. Saan? Sa mitochondria. Yun, si mitochondria kasi nagre-release ng energy. In plants naman, up to 75% of dry matter ang nakukuha because of cell wall, cellulose, semicellulose, lignin, starch, and sugar, and stored energy in plants. Okay, that's a 75%. In animals naman, less than 1% of BW, BW. Kalimutan ko na yung BW. Okay, so basta less than uh, 1% of BW, and then we have glycogen and glucose made up of saccharide units. Pag saccharide units, that is sugar units. Okay? So this is the yeah, chemical formulation of photosynthesis. Okay? And then saccharides are bound together by glucosidic linkage. Again, saccharides are bound together by glucosidic linkage. So what are the functions of carbohydrates? Metabolized as source of energy, converted into glycogen, animal starch, converted into fats as energy reserve, accessory functions for milk and egg production. Yan. And then a source of fiber, especially in ruminant. Okay? And we have classification of carbohydrates. So we have monosaccharides. Pag mono po, ibig sabihin isang unit ng glycose or simple sugar. Okay? So physiologically exists in ring forms. Ito yung mga ring na nakikita ninyo. Okay? Pero hindi yan lumalabas sa exam. So either with an aldehyde group, aldehyde, aldose, glucose, galactose, mannose, or a ketone group naman, ketose, fructose. Ha, again, tandaan nyo to, pag aldehyde group, yan yung aldose, glucose, galactose, tsaka mannose. Yung ketone group na po, iba din po yun sila. Ketose tsaka fructose yon. Okay? Mga very sweetest sugar. Letter B, number of C atoms dictate the classification traces to 3 C atoms. As what I have said doon sa, if I'm not mistaken, doon sa chemical, sa soil chemistry, yon. Diba sa soil chemistry, bago ma-intake ng plants yung nutrients, kailangan converted muna yung organic to inorganic, right? Para para i-absorb ni roots no yung nutrients. And then we have the number 1 under classification of carbohydrates. We have hexoses. Hexoses. Okay? Hexoses. Letter A, glucose, most important sugar in nutrition. Glucose. Fructose naman is the sweetest of the CHO. Pag sweetest of the, ang CHO po is another term niya is either glucose or sugar. Okay, so sweetest of the sugar siya ang fructose. That is 75% of sugar in honey is fructose. Yung sugar sa honey, that is fructose. Galactose naman is a component of milk sugar. Ayan, lumalabas yun sa exam. Pentoses naman, hexoses po, ibig sabihin ng hexoses, ilan ba yan? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pag pentoses, parang 6 ata. Yan, 6. So, pentoses naman, the ribose, or yeah, ribose, deoxyribose, found in every living cell, vitamin B2, B6, RNA, and the DNA. And we have the D-xylose, D-arabinose, component of hemicellulose and gum. Okay, they are the component of hemicellulose and gum. So we have the monosaccharides derived phosphoric acid esters, amino sugars, deoxysugar, sugar acids, sugar alcohols, and glycosides. So this one, you need to put this one in your visual aids or your notes. Letter C, we have the oligosaccharides. Pag oligo, 2 to 10 glycose unit. Ganon kadami yung simple sugar. Basically, all sugars composed of less than 10 glycose units except monosaccharides. Yun. Kasi ang monosaccharides, isa lang man. So we have disaccharides. Pag di, dalawa. Maltose. Maltose. So paano magawa ng maltose? Kailangan ng glucose plus glucose equals maltose. So cellulose naman, glucose plus glucose is equals to cellulose. Cellulose. Lumabas yan sa board exam. Sucrose naman, ito lumabas din ito. Glucose plus fructose equals to sucrose. Yan. Letter D, we have lactose, glucose plus galactose. Ibig sabihin po niyan ay lactose. Milk with sugar. Trisaccharide, we have the raffinose. Tetrasaccharides, stachyused. Ilang bang penta? 7, 8? Verbacus. Okay, so we have also letter D, polysaccharides, glycans or greater than 10 glycosed. We have starch, the basic unit, alpha D glucose. Okay, starch is the basic unit. Basic unit is alpha D glucose. Amylose and amylopectin. Okay, so we have also glycogen. So glycogen basic unit is alpha D glucose. Kanina, highly branched siya. Kanina, sa starch, basic unit is alpha D glucose, amylose, and amylopectin. Dito sa glycogen, basic unit is alpha D glucose, highly branched. Pag cellulose naman, basic unit is beta. Beta po yan, beta D glucose, yung cellulose. Ang basic unit niya is beta D glucose. Lignin naman, not carbohydrate but is closely associated. A polymer that originates from phenyl propane derives comeryl alcohol, coniferyl alcohol, and snapyl alcohol. Ito yung mga alcohol na ginagamitan ng lignin. Okay, that are the following alcohol na ginagamitan ng lignin. Okay? So next, we have the end product of the sugar digestion or the glucose digestion. So we have non-ruminant monosaccharides or glucose. We have ruminant monosaccharides and the VFA. VFA is the volatile fatty acids. Volatile fatty acids. Next, we have the protein. Okay, so hanggang dito lang muna tayo guys sa protein ha. Tapos lang na i-discuss nila yung protein. Okay, so protein, building blocks are called amino acids. Okay, huwag kalimutan na building blocks ay tinatawag na amino acids. Meron siyang 16% na nitrogen. Aside from sugar nitrogen, some also contain sulfur, phosphorus, and iron, ang protein. So AA are linked by peptide bond. Okay? So amphoteric compounds, we have the Zwitter ions. Huwag na iintindihin guys, hindi naman lumalabas ito sa board exam. And then we have crude protein. So ano yung crude protein po? We have true protein plus the NPN. So what are you going to do? You research kung ano ibig sabihin ng NPN sa crude protein. That's your assignment, okay? Okay, next, what are the functions of the proteins? Structural compound, metabolic activities as enzymes, through tissue maintenance and repair, yung protein. For animals, growth and development, endocrine control of hormones, yun, very important ang protein. And production, tulad ng meat, milk, egg, and wool, kailangan ang protein. Okay? Structure of proteins, we have primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. Actually, hindi naman lumalabas ito sa board exam, so we will skip this one na lang. So, if you have time, you can read that. Classification of proteins. We have simple. We have fibrous proteins, globular, tsaka, ano pa yung isa? Conjugated ba yun? Tama na. Simple is fibrous proteins and globular. So we have, pag fibrous proteins, you have collagen, elastin, keratin. Saan nakikita? Sa integumentary system, sa skin, usually. Yan sila. And then globular naman, we have globulins insoluble in water and van increase solubility by changing salt concentrations. Yun. Albumins naman, soluble in water and salt solutions. Histones naman, soluble in salt solutions. Yun. Ito yung mga kailangan yung tandaan. Protamis naman, insoluble in water and ethanol, but soluble in 70 to 80% ethanol solution. Yun. So, insoluble po siya sa water and ethanol, yung protamines. Next, we have letter V, sclerop scleroprotein, insoluble in both water and salt solutions. Okay? Conjugated proteins naman, okay? Glycoproteins, lipoproteins, phosphoproteins, chromoproteins. So this one, you need to search this one on Google para ma-idea kayo ng mga conjugated proteins. So other nitrogenous compounds, we have amines, amides, example, we have the urea. And the nitrates naman converted to toxic nitrate in rumen. Alkaloids, poisonous nitrogen containing compounds formed by some plants and fungi. Ito lumabas sa board exam, alkaloids. Okay, beware of that. Okay, so we have the classification of AA. Still under pa rin po sila ng protein. Okay? Alipathic AA with long C chain. Actually, hindi naman ito nalalabas sa exam. Pero malay mo, baka lumabas, right? So we have neutral. Pag neutral po, COOH is equal. Ito yung tandaan ninyo ha. COH is equals to NH2. That is neutral. Acidic po, mas mataas. COOH is greater than NH2. Okay? NH2. Nitrite po yan. Ibig sabihin, si sugar ay mataas pa sa nitrite. Basic naman is yung less than ang COOH, less than NH2. So you have the lysine and the histidine. And S-containing naman, classification ng AA, yung S-containing, that is methionine at saka cysteine. Okay? So you have aromatic AA with benzene ring. Yan. Phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan. Yan, tryptophan. And we have the heterocyclic AA with closed chain or ring. We have the proline, tryptophan, hydroxyproline, and then we have the histidine. Okay? Heterocyclic AA. And then we have also essential indispensable AA. So, needed by the animal cannot be synthesized fast enough to meet the body requirements. So, kailangan siya ng katawan ng animal, pero hindi po siya madaling mag-synthesize, no? We have the phenylalanine, valine, threonine, methionine, yan, arginine, lumalabas ito, tryptophan. Guys, I want you to search also and then lagay sa notes ninyo kasi lumalabas ito sila. Mga essential and non-essential. Okay? And then we have, this one is the essential protein, guys. Indispensable AA. Sila yan. Phenylalanine, valine, threonine, methionine, arginine, tryptophan, histidine, isoleucine, leucine, and then lysine. Add glycine, glutamic acid, and proline for chicken. Yan. For non-essential, not very important, needed by the animal, but can be formed from other amino acids. No, pwede lang silang i-substitute. Now we have the alanine, glycine, aspartic acid, hydroxyproline, citrulline, proline, cysteine, serine, glutamic acid. Okay, and then what are the essential? Tyrosine and also essential in poultry. These are very important in poultry. Yung mga non-essential po sa poultry, they are essential. For egg, ata yung purposes niyan, for egg. Yun. And for meat. So, neutral is, essential in poultry, we have the neutral AA is absorbed the fastest. Okay, neutral AA, absorb the fastest. Acidic AA, absorb the slowest. Kasi acidic siya lower siya Non-essential AA, glucose. Only leucine and lysine are strictly ketogenic. Okay? Only isoleucine, phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan are both glucogenic and ketogenic. Methionine is the most toxic AA. Yun. Lethal at 2% in low-protein diet. Followed by tryptophan, tyrosine, and threonine. Okay? Highlight nyo to, oh. Thionine is the most toxic AA. And then we have the AA antagonism. Yan. Lysine, arginine antagonism. Lysine, isolysine, valine, and then antagonism. Yan. Sir, ano yung ibig sabihin ng mga antagonism? So, i-discuss na niya ni Sir as we go on. Okay? So, we have another. So, mababa pa itong protein, guys. So, we have limiting amino acids, LAA, present in protein in the least amount. So, maliit lang na amount in relation to animal's need for particular AA. Pangangailangan lang. Growing pigs, lysine. Ito, wag kalimutan. Lysine yan for growing pigs. For poultry, methionine and cysteine ang pinakakailangan. Biological value, percent of the digestible protein of a feed which is usable by the animal. So good quality protein naman has a desirable balance of EAA, high BV tulad ng milk, meat, meal, fish meal, soybean. So they are good quality protein. Low quality protein naman, extremely deficient in less than 1 EAA tulad ng blood meal, feeder meal, yun. Kaya binebenta yung fish meal namin dito, they are using it for poultry kasi. Because they good quality protein. So bypass protein naman, proteins not acted upon by microbial fermentation in the rumen which may result to better protein utilization and performance of animals. Containing carbon, hydrogen, and iron. So they are bypass protein. Okay? Hindi sila kailangan acted as microbial fermentation in the rumen, pero po, nagre-result po sila ng better protein utilization. More carbon and hydrogen in proportion to oxygen than do carbohydrates, and soluble in water din po ito, but soluble in either chloroform and benzene. And then we have the fats and oils, principally important in bypass protein. Okay? So that could be all for tonight, and tomorrow we'll continue. We have the lipids pa. Okay, tomorrow. So yan lang muna sa ngayon. You can rewatch the video tonight and then your notes also. Highlight the important terms. Yan ang pinaka-important. Okay? So tomorrow again, 8:30. Ay, again, tomorrow pala wala po tayong klase. Pero meron pa akong ipapanood sa inyo ng recordings. Okay? So we'll have our class back again by Thursday. Okay? By Thursday po tayo magkaklase ulit, 8:30. So mag-inform lang naman si Sir sa GC. Okay? So thank you very much everyone. Wala itong PPT, only ano 'to siya, oh, manual 'to, na-send ko na 'to sa GC ang manual. Check niyo sa files, meron doon PPT ng, ay sorry po, PPT tuloy. Documents ito, Word documents na animal nutrition para pwede ninyong ma-print out. Okay? So yun lang muna sa ngayon guys, and then see you on Thursday, okay? Again, so thank you very much everyone. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 안녕히 everyone. 안녕히가세요. And see you by Thursday. Ayun. Thank you very much, everyone. And enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye-bye.